So, guys, this is big news. This is big news. Lionsgate has basically started their own boutique website. That's basically what they've done in a nutshell. And I think they're the first studio to do that, unless you want to count like Disney Movie Club. But Lionsgate Limited is the website. I don't have it linked down below. Maybe I can do that post stream. I'll be talking about this again on Monday on the Physical Media Report, but I wanted to bring it up here. Lionsgate Limited is the website. And so far, they've got 2 new steelbooks on here. You have Apocalypse Now, and you have The Conversation. So you got some great movies already on the website. But apparently, from what I've heard, Lionsgate is going to start selling their steelbooks. And I don't know if this means that the Walmart exclusive Lionsgate steelbooks, they have Amazon exclusive steelbooks. I don't know if that means that they're done selling it there. But they are going to be doing exclusive steelbooks on this website. So you're going to have to get on the Lionsgate Limited website to get some of their Lionsgate steelbooks. I would assume that this is maybe the explanation for why 2024 wasn't a great physical media year for them. Maybe they were prepping for this and they got all kinds of cool stuff coming, because from what I've heard, they're going to have Kill Bill and Jackie Brown exclusive steelbooks on this website. The only thing that concerns me, and this is just a concern in general with physical media right now, is the price points. So let's jump into it. And we got these 2 steelbooks right here. I'll go ahead and click on the Apocalypse Now steelbook. This is going for $39.99, and it's marked down from $49.99. This is coming out December the 17th, so very soon. As of right now, guys, you can only get this on the website. This is direct to consumer from their Lionsgate Limited website. But it's a nice steelbook. I do love Apocalypse Now. But the only thing is, and this is, look, the cool thing about this is it's the 6-disc set, okay? And when they did the steelbook the first time, which is a gorgeous steelbook, one of the best steelbooks in my collection, when they did the steelbook the first time, it was just the 2 discs. And I don't think they had all the different cuts on 4K on that steelbook version. I think it was only the final cuts in that steelbook on Blu-ray and 4K. And that 6-disc Lionsgate collector set had all the cuts on 4K. So that's the big difference. And I can go grab that real quick because that thing is sold out. And I think it goes for big money on eBay. But I'm going to tell you right now, when I got this thing, and this is what makes this feel like a ripoff, at least for me. When I got this set right here, back in, I think it was 2019, it's big, guys. Like it folds out. It's got, I think that's the digital code. Like it folds out like this. You got all the discs inside. Look at this thing. It's beautiful. This was $17.99. This was $17.99 back in 2019, 5 years ago. All 6 discs for $17.99. Now, when the steelbook came out, it was $19.99. So it was a little bit more for that steelbook. But again, that's a steelbook. You expect that. Nice steelbook. So that means that I paid less to get this 6-disc version for $17.99 and the steelbook for $20 just 5 and 3 years ago. And now they're asking for more than that to just get a new steelbook with the discs. So that's my only concern is these prices. And we'll get into it again when we talk about the conversation here in a second. The prices are high, and I can only see them getting higher because now Lionsgate has control, like absolute control. Like they're not giving these to Amazon. They're not giving them to Walmart. There's no agreements. Like they're controlling it all. So I don't know what this means. If they're going to start doing the Vestron steelbooks on here, if they're going to do exclusive box sets, maybe. I think that would be smart if they got into the hard box game and did some of that kind of stuff, collector sets, things like that. But it's not going to be cheap. Like Lionsgate has fully embraced the boutique market, it seems, with this move. And I don't know, we're going to be seeing some cool stuff for sure, but I don't think it's going to be I don't think it's going to be super affordable, which is what we always loved the Lionsgate for. You know, they were always offering us great stuff, great premium editions, steelbooks for an affordable price. That's what always made Lionsgate great. And I just worry that that is going to be lost in this new era of Lionsgate. But either way, it's interesting. And it's cool that we have a version of the 6 discs set back in stock. So that's a positive, you know, I think. But Apocalypse Now is a great film. And to be completely honest, the final cut, I watched it this year, but I would not watch the final cut again. I had never seen the final cut. The first time I watched it was a theatrical cut. I probably won't watch the final cut again. It's too long. There's too many unnecessary scenes in it. And I would rather just watch a theatrical cut. I think it flows a little bit better. So, and then there's Redux, which is just completely unnecessary. But yeah, Apocalypse Now, I'd probably just watch the theatrical cut if I watch that again. But anyway, let's get out of here, and then we'll look at this conversation set, because this is where it gets a little worse. $79.99 for this conversation box set. And this is a box set. It's got a booklet. So I just talked about I'm doing a hard box. This is essentially what that is. It kind of looks like the same. I think it's the same artwork as a Studio Canal version. And I feel like it's the same box set. Like it looks very similar. But inside the box set, you have a steelbook with a slipcover. I don't think the Studio Canal version had that. You've got a tape in here, a cassette tape. You got a booklet. And let's see. That's the steelbook that's inside. My only thing is, like, could you have gave us the steelbook separately? Because I want the conversation on 4K, but I don't want to pay $80 to get the conversation on 4K. And as of right now, unless that Studio Canal version is still in stock, this is the only way to get the conversation on 4K in the States. You have to pay $80 to get a box set release of it. So hopefully they release a steelbook version, just a steelbook version at some point. And I'm not sure if this had like new features. There's a 64-page booklet with behind the scenes photos, essays from film journalists, original 1974 press reviews, cassette tape containing the original motion picture soundtrack score by David Shire, 2 collectible posters with theatrical art from 1974 and an illustration from artist Laurent Durix, Q&A with sound editor Walter Muirk, filmed at Curzon, Soho 2017, Francis Ford Coppola audio commentary. So a lot of good stuff here. I'm trying to see if there's anything new. Interview with Gene Hackman from 1973. So yeah, I mean, this looks like a great set. Like, it looks like a great set, but do I need all this extra stuff? Like, can I just get the steelbook with the slipcover? Because if this was 2021 and they did this, it would have been $19.99, you know, for just to get the steelbook with the slipcover. And now we got to pay $80 to get all this extra stuff that you may not want. That's like maybe one of my biggest pet peeves in physical media right now, guys. Like, that's why I can be hard on Sony sometimes, to offer like a super premium edition, and that's your only option to get it. That's the only option. And I know the boutique labels do that too, but we know the boutique labels well enough, and we know that most of them will eventually release a dumbed down version that is cheaper. Arrow Video, Vinegar Syndrome, they will eventually release a version that's cheaper. I don't know if the studios are going to do that. There's no pattern I can follow that tells me that. And this is brand new uncharted territory. So I don't know if they're going to do anything different here, if they're going to release a standalone later on, or I have to buy an $80 box set to get freaking the conversation on 4K. So I don't know. I'm conflicted on this. I think it's cool. Like I do think it's cool, and I think if it catches on, like I think you can see it from other studios as well. The next studio I could see doing it would be probably Paramount. I know they're having some stuff going on with the studio. They're selling it off, stuff like that. But I could see Paramount maybe doing something like this. I don't know if Warner Brothers would get into this or not. Even though Warner Brothers is, I think Groove. I think Warner Brothers owns Groove, or it might be like a Universal Warner Brothers like joint ownership. Um, but I think you're going to be seeing more of this type of stuff for sure. But let me know what you guys think for sure in the chat, in the comment section. If you're watching on the replay, I would um, definitely like to know your all's thoughts. I can't imagine that anybody would be happy paying more money for stuff like this. It's cool, but it's a far cry away from what we were paying for these Lionsgate steelbooks back in the day. That's my own